Good morning. Well, it's about 6:30 in the morning, and I'm heading off to pick up some material for a project we got to do today. So I wanted to tell you a story of what happened to me the other day. I do a lot of different types of work. Semi-retired. I've owned a computer business for 28 plus years, and I decided to stop doing it. Well, that didn't work. I still have a lot of loyal customers that want me to keep their systems alive, which I do. But that's a whole different story. The story I wanted to tell you was about some scrapping I had done. I do clean-outs as a handyman of houses, among other things. And at this clean-out, we had found like 30 tires. Some didn't have rims, some did have rims, but 10 of them had aluminum style rims. Well, some of them were damaged and so forth. I wasn't about to try to sell them. But what I did wanted to do was to go scrap them. Now, I don't know if anybody's ever tried to take off a low profile tire off of a aluminum rim, but there's a cable that they call the bead cable on either side of the rim on the tire. And man, was that thing hard to hack off. We were using a Sawzall. We tried using one of those tire machines that my brother-in-law had, but to no avail. And all during this time, I'm trying to do some calculations. I even called the scrapyard to find out if, one, they took the tires complete with tire and all, the rubber and all. And the answer was yes, and they would give me $7.50 per tire. Well, I had four large tires, large rim tires, and 6 small to medium sized tires. So I did the calculations. Basically 10 times $7.50, $75. Okay, that's not bad. But then I asked one of my workers how long it would take them to cut the beads off and the actual rubber and just take in the straight aluminum. Well, I also asked the scrapyard how much would they give me for the aluminum rims if there was no tires. Well, they indicated that it would be something like $1.30 a pound. And these rims, I'm going to tell you, were pretty heavy. So anyways, I then called my local tire repair shop and asked them how much they would cost for them to remove the rubber off the rims. Well, it was $5 per small tire, $10 for the larger ones. So I'm looking at $40 on the big ones and $30, so that's $70. I'd make no profit whatsoever. Well, at least that's what I thought. Okay, because I didn't know how much these rims weighed, truly. I was able to successfully get one tire off of a rim, and that took forever. So when I asked my guy how long would it take him, he said about a half hour per tire, about 4 hours or 5 hours. At the rate that I'm paying him, that would have been close to $70-$80. Now, at $1.30 per pound so to speak, I would have to buy a corded Sawzall because the battery operated Sawzalls just didn't have enough power. So that's a small investment of, say, around $40, plus his labor, which it would be about $75. So now I'm looking at about $120, $130 in investments to get the rubber off. I'm going to tell you, I should have made that investment. The numbers weren't equating to me, nor did I want to take the risk of doing the investments, though I do need a Sawzall, corded Sawzall. That would be nice to have on occasions like this day. And I said, forget it. Let's just hand them in, take the money, and run. So when we were at the scrapyard, I looked at the slip and how much they gave me. I ended up getting like about $89 total. And the reason why is because the aluminum rim that had no tire by itself, which it was one of the smaller tires, was $29 and some odd cents in weight for aluminum. And they classified it as clean aluminum. So it was more than $1.30 a pound. I did the calculations then. $30, let's say $35 on average for each tire. Do the math. $350 to $400. Holy mackerel. That $120, $30 investment would have been well worth the effort. Well, you know what they say. Lessons learned, and sometimes they are hard lessons. I'll chat with you guys later.